discussions with a Protestant co-worker who insists that the apostles passed on the truths of the faith both orally and in written form, but once the apostles died, the oral transmission ceased to be authoritative and the scriptures became the only authority for the Christian. How would you counter this argument? Thanks, in Jesus and His Holy Catholic Church. Jacqueline.
My basic answer to that would be, your friend who asks that, where in the scriptures does he have the authority, and where does he find the scripture that says he should reject the oral tradition of Jesus once the apostles have died? It's not in the scriptures. He has no scriptural authority to say that. And historically, the people alive at that time give no hint that such a thing happened. They assume that the authority of the oral tradition was passed on. And
I was going to say that answer reminds me of the kind of answers that, the concocted answers that would come up when a person has an opinion that they will hold on to, and then when they discover something new, like they discover, like, oh, there was oral tradition, well, then how do I explain it? And so they come up with a theory that isn't based on any evidence to explain it. I mean, another example of that in Scripture are those that believe that a Christian must not drink alcohol.
Right.
A Christian must not drink alcohol. And someone says, well, but Jesus made the best wine out of water. What do you do with that? You know, well, if Jesus didn't like drinking, He would have said, I'm not good. The wine is gone. Now we can really celebrate with grape juice or something. But so someone would say, well, then He must have made grape juice, or in the old days it was so watered down with water. So they come up with these other explanations to hold on to their opinion that they will not let go of.
And what they are doing is doing something that even in a Protestant seminary they taught us not to do, and that was eisegesis.
Which is?
Eisegesis is reading into the scriptures what you want to see in them beforehand, coming to the scriptures with an agenda. We were told we should exegete the scriptures, get the meaning out.
All right, good, Jim. Let's take our next caller. This is Shirley from Virginia. What's your question for us tonight?
Hi, Marcus. I love your program.
Thank you.
I'm not Catholic, but I've been watching for a while, and I really feel a drawing to the Catholic Church. And I've never heard of St. Ignatius or Polycarp or any of these people that have written books or have written material that have helped found the Church. Where can I find something to read on St. Ignatius or Polycarp or any of the others?
Thank you very much. I know when I first heard him, I just figured Polycarp was the name for a big fisherman or something.
Yeah, or several fish.
Yeah, many fish. Where should she begin to read about fathers?
There are several different translations of the Apostolic Fathers, and we just mentioned, we highlighted two, Polycarp and Ignatius. There was Clement, who was the third bishop of Rome, who sometime between 80 and 90 A.D. wrote to the Corinthians because they were having problems again. And there are others also. A good source for the Apostolic Fathers is a 3-volume set written by a scholar by the name of Jurgens. And those are available. I know we have them.
I think they're called Faith of the Fathers, I think is the name of that. There are a number of other collections out called the Apostolic Fathers. I would say that there's some new books out by an author, Mike Aquilina. If you look that name up on the internet book list or call your Catholic bookstore, Mike Aquilina has done a couple summaries of the early fathers, an introduction to the early fathers, Apostolic Fathers, and that's a good place to begin. But there are a number of collections. In fact, now the entire collection of all the fathers is available on CD-ROM. So it's great that our modern technology is making these authors available.